Alrighty. Well, I did manage to get an hour or so of sleep. Um, Rocky's over there having his wet food in the morning, his morning bowl of wet food, and yeah. Well, turning the situation over in my mind, and I don't know yet what answer I'm going to get from the social worker, but I have an idea what answer I'm going to get with this accounting situation. Anyway, I think I figured out what I need to do, and I can't go into any great detail about it, but I think I can save the coffee fund and continue to work as well. But like I say, I can't go into any great detail. The thing is this: there's coming a time very soon when the disability pension is going to go away. Because in order to receive those funds, I'm going to have to agree to the digital ID, which will be a step toward digital programmable currency and the beast system and the mark of the beast and all that, all of which I will not cooperate with, as I've said before. And so the disability pension is a starvation pension, and it is going away. And if it is increased, let's say this liberal woman gets in, this Bonnie Crombie, and she increases it, that is going to be the guaranteed basic income, the universal basic income. That's what it'll be. And that will mean basically having to accept the beast system. They'll sneak it in for the back door. See, this is what government does. It sneaks things in. You know, there's a lot of Trojan horses, basically, that are being pushed through by the government. And it sneaks things in, and it makes the thing seem good when it isn't. It's a very deceptive thing. But then we got to remember that it's a Luciferian government. And, Scripture tells us that Satan is the father of lies. They serve him, so we have to expect that. Even if they don't know they're serving him, and there are people working within it who don't realize who they're serving. In fact, it's really only the ones at the very top of it who know the score, really. The ones at the very top know. There are people lower in the ladder that know too, but the ones at the top all know. And anyway, here's the thing. I got to get myself out of debt, and I got to get myself into a more secure position. Otherwise, I'm going to freeze to death on a piece of cardboard on a sidewalk somewhere. And the government will be more than happy to see that happen to me. I'm not saying that this particular social worker will be, or anything on a personal level or anything like that. I'm just talking about the beast, of which she is just a cog in a wheel, of this big beast machine, and doesn't even realize, in all likelihood, that that's the case. So anyway, I do have an idea. I can't talk about it. There are reasons that I can't talk about it, that I can't talk about. But I do know that the pension is going away at some point, probably fairly soon. I have only a limited time to get myself into some secure position where I have something, where I have some security. And so I know how I'm going to handle it. And the time I spent sleeping, the little bit of sleep I got, I woke up with an idea. And I know how I'm going to handle it anyway. And that's really all I can say at this point. I may have to let them think they've won for a while. But anyway, I can't get into details, that's all. Suffice it to say, I know how I'm going to handle it. And the coffee fund should live on if I handle it the way I'm going to handle it. And the disability pension, as small as it is, will continue for a while anyway. At some point, I am going to lose it. I know that. Because they're going to insist that I accept the digital ID at some point. For that matter, I'm going to lose the coffee fund too, because the bank is going to insist that I use the digital ID. And when the bank does that, it's going to be the same thing. I'm not going to do it, and I'm going to be debanked. In Canada right now, the banks are in the process of debanking people for having certain political ideas. There are people in this country that have been debanked because they were strong supporters of the trucker convoy and different things like that. And the banks have said, we've decided we don't want to associate with you anymore due to certain political ideas you've taken, certain stands you've taken. And I know of a few people that's happened to. And to adjourn the convoy protest, if you donated money, if you donated any more than $25, I have $25 or more to them. I think that was the set limit. If you gave them $25 or more and it could be traced to you, now, of course, if you gave them cash, well, who's going to know? If you showed up at the protest and contributed cash, nobody would know. But if you contributed through your bank, then your bank account got frozen. That happened. Our deputy prime minister went on television and told the people, if you want your account unfrozen, then you need to change your ideas. And she was very gleeful in saying that. These are the wicked people we have in charge, These are not nice people. Anyway, and again, I'm not saying that the social worker I'm dealing with isn't a nice person. I'm sure she is. She's just a cog in a wheel, and she's trapped in a system, and we're all trapped in this system to one degree or another. And we're all compromising our values one way or another just to continue existing. Anyway, bottom line is I figured out what I'm going to do. I can't say exactly what I'm going to do, and there's reasons I can't say it. But let's just say my accounting procedures are going to change. And I'll just leave it at that. All right. There you have it. Life in Canada. Ain't it fun? Here we go. Geez, I wish this winter would stop, though. It's been hanging on. We're getting hit from all sides, we are. Even nature's against us. It's terrible. All right. Bye for now.